There we go.
Good evening, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and joining me, as always, every Tuesday night, we have Steve the Voice White. How you doing tonight, Steve?
I'm doing good, Gary. Not every Tuesday. Sometimes I got shift change,
But most Tuesdays.
Most Tuesdays, I'm good.
You're the main wingman, and of course, I think making his third appearance on the 1011, the one, the only Shaq Tooney, the Biggie Shaq himself. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. I'm trying to. Usually my light works a lot better. I'm going to have to plug it in, but glad to be here nonetheless. We'll figure that out. No problem. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Great to see you again. Haven't had you on in a while. It's always good to have you on as a guest and touch base with you again.
Yeah. We're back like a vertebrae, as Dope would say.
So we'll do our normal. We'll let you introduce yourself, what your channel's about. Give the quick 2 minutes on who Biggie is, and then we'll say hi to the audience and come back to you for your first item.
All right. So I'm the immortal Biggie Shaq. I run Biggieshaq Comic Networks. I do a lot of live shows. I just implemented a musical part to my channel, our network. We got the we got the Comic Collector Club on Friday nights. We got Biggie Shaq's Commandments, Top 5 Hot Speculation. We got Comic Book Club, where me and a few of my favorite YouTubers, we read a book and then we review it. Tomorrow night will be me, Matt Likes Comics, Alan from Comic Collector Geek, and D-Runk will be reviewing the first Parasite, which should be great.
Ooh.
And I think it's Action 340 off the top of my head, but I could be wrong. And, I hop on Bleecker Street. I think me and Gary's a part of Comic Journeys, Look at Me thing. We do stuff like that. I've been around since, I don't know, 7-8 years. Been doing comic book stuff on my channel. And New World Order. Shout out to my man D-Runk. Who Dat Comics. I just got a lot of good pals as I've ventured through and stuff like that. So that's about my little 2-minute spiel, I guess.
Right, yeah, and it's amazing because there's like still new people you're meeting all the time, right? Just when you think you met almost everybody, all of a sudden there's like this whole other group you haven't even touched base with yet.
Exactly.
All right, let's say hi to everyone. All right, so first in, as always, Las Cruces. Good evening, James. Great to see you. Kevin, Comics. Good evening, Kevin.
Hey, Kev.
Our co-host here, Steve the Voice White.
Hi to myself.
John's Comics with Kids.
Oh,
I had a really fun stream doing the kindness stream with John. That was great. One of my all-time favorite people, Jerry the Jitterbug. Good evening, Jerry. Mr. Kenneth Bird, one of the best supporters. Good evening, Kenneth. The best blue wrench in the business, Miss Tina Carrington. Good evening, Tina.
Your Gina.
Callie and Jordan Squad. Good evening, David. Great to see you, sir. All right, and as people are getting their notifications, I'll give them a tip of the hat as we come in. And of course, go vote for Jerry the Jitterbug in the Comic Book Awards for Best Restoration.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And yeah, I think Biggie, you're in there, right?
Yeah, I'm in there for my speculation, Biggieshaq Commandments.
That way you can promote yourself.
Yeah, mine's a little different than everybody else. I've took the time to make sure that I'm right about this. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So all the rest of my competitors, they use the top 10 list that, Comic Tom uses. And everybody just talks about the same list. I specifically make up my own 5 books every time I do a show. So
yeah, mine's the collector act.
Yeah, mine's organic. I feel like if we're all following the same game plan, like what are we really doing? There's millions and millions of comics out there. Like just those 10 speculations ain't the only ones, guys. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right. Why do you all want to talk about the same 10 things?
Yeah, I mean, nothing against those guys. I mean, that's what they do, and it works for a lot of people. A lot more popular to me, but I do enjoy what I do, and I feel like it's my own little special niche thing. So,
well, and that's one of the things I've always liked about you, Biggie, because it's what I do in my channel. I just make content about things I like. Some people, if it doesn't get the views, it doesn't get the views, but I'm having fun with it because it's my hobby first.
Exactly.
But so when I wanted to do this wrestling one, you of course popped into my head because when I think wrestling, I always think of you now as well. So you're like hand in hand with wrestling for me. But I thought this would be a really fun show for you to flex in a different way and show some of your other cool things. So super happy to have you on. But if you wanted to start out and show your first item, we'll get it going.
All right, let's start off with one of the more recent ones I got. So, everybody knows me as, well, not everybody, but some people know my Shaq Tunney persona. It's very different to what I am right now. This is just either more of a Biggie Shaq, more of like a Hulkamaniac. Every now and then, I feel like getting a little bit more professional. I put on the suit and tie, and I imitate Jack Tunney.
Nice.
That's awesome.
My friend Beckerman AOK'd me this and a couple more, and a great stack of comics. Beckerman's a really nice community member, and I appreciate him. And that's the only Jack Tunney figure I know of, so I'm very glad I got it.
Now, for those who don't know wrestling that are watching this, who is Jack Tunney?
Jack Tunney was like a made-up fictional president of the WWF. He would he was the president.
So that was his character.
Yeah, he kind of like, Vince McMahon was a announcer at the time, but / owner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he needed someone to run the helm, kind of like act like they were his position. So I feel like this is like Vince McMahon was like, okay, we're going to pay this guy to run the show, but they're not going. I'm not going to do it yet. So he was like filling the shoes for Vince, and he would come out and make the big announcements for the big matches. He'd have the signings. Jack Tunney's had some very famous signings for contracts. Like he had Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. He had the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. This is a big Hulk Hogan era staple back in the day.
I was going to ask you did they ever make a Mean Joe Green figure?
You just threw me off completely. You talking about Mean Gene?
Yeah, Mean Gene. I'm sorry, not the football player. Mean Gene. Sorry.
Yeah, you almost
I said the football player.
You almost brain blitzed me there. Mean Gene Okerlund, right? Yes, they've had a lot of 80s figures. They had the rubber ones. I don't know who made those, Amigos something, but I don't know if they had the little Hasbro ones like this. They might have, but I'm not completely sure.
No one in my mind, no one will ever fill his shoes for what he did.
I love Mean Gene.
Mean Gene was the best. He was the glue of it. Oh, right there. Miss Tina Carrotson has a Mean Gene figure.
Oh, there we go. So there is one.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah, I was like, because to me, he was like, I enjoyed seeing him as much as I enjoyed the wrestlers.
Yeah, Mean Gene was a character. You got to kind of see more about him in the Legends house. They had a show on the WWE network where all the retired wrestlers and people from wrestling would show up, and he was on there. That guy could drink.
Yeah.
He could drink and still do his job. And he had a heck of a voice. And he was the best in-ring interview guy there was, in my opinion. Like when the guy's out there and he calls out a wrestler, he's like, come and talk.
And they always respected him, and they always gave him the lines where he picked on the wrestlers, which was great.
Yeah, all the good wrestlers had good little tags for Mean Gene. Like Ric Flair would be like, Mean Gene, and all that stuff. So Mean Gene was cool as heck, yeah.
Yeah, he was. All right, number 2, Biggie. Great start with the Jack Tunney.
Yeah. This was the last figure Becker sent. He asked me which figure I thought was the best from this new Hills and Faces run, and I said, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the one with the most man girth on it was Andre the Giant.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
One of the few guys that could go over the top rope.
Yeah, he actually got mad at Big John Studd for kind of stealing his gimmick. He saw him do that, and it kind of pissed the Giant off, I think, and he took it out on him later. But
the Hulk did it too.
Oh, did he? I forgot. I didn't.
Yeah. The Hulk used to go over the top rope on occasion.
Oh, when he first came into, yeah. Yeah, maybe not so much in WWF, but AWA, he would do that every now and then. You're right.
And see, these are the wrestlers I grew up with: Hogan, Macho Man, British Bulldog, Junkyard Dog, all these guys.
Ricky Steamboat.
Yep.
The Diamond Cutter.
The Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, these come with. I read this.
Dugan.
I read this the other night. It comes with a little bio on the back. It says, Andre the Giant is a pop culture icon, recognized all across the globe. The eighth wonder of the world, competed in many historical matches that changed the foundation of professional wrestling. Andre was always the marquee attraction in whichever promotion he performed in.
Oh yeah. You know what I love too? There's a picture of him I love. It's with him, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Wilt Chamberlain, where they're both holding, or Arnold's like suspended between the two, and you see how big they both are.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was from Conan the Destroyer, because a lot of people didn't know, like, he was in Conan the Destroyer twice.
Yeah, who would have thought that Gary would like the Andre pick from Conan the Destroyer? I would never guess that.
I know, right? It's a stunner.
Look, he was in Princess Bride too. He played.
But that was really well done too. That one looks great.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I don't think they made it with the real Hasbro. If they did, I missed it. But it's like the Hasbro size. I have a Hasbro ring. I couldn't dig it up. I looked for it like a couple weeks ago because I just realized like it's kind of the go-to ring when people collect like vintage rings.
Right.
The WWF one with the American flag. I got it as a kid. I got it put up somewhere. It's probably worth a couple $100. And I'm just like, dang, that thing shot up awful quick because these little figures have been going crazy lately, man. People collect the heck out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you Oh, I had a oh wow, I just blanked. Damn it.
It's gone. It's gone forever.
I'm old. They left me as soon as I went to ask it because I read David's thing here.
Go take a lap and you'll get it back.
Right. See, now you got Tina. She's got to dig out her old school wrestling figures.
Yeah, I remember they had the ring. They had the big wrestlers. Like that was a huge deal in the 80s when that all came out. Everybody was watching.
Oh, that was it. Oh, and did you watch the old Saturday morning wrestling cartoon? And then
yeah.
And Biggie, you had to have their album they put out, right?
I actually didn't.
No. Really? Because they put that album out. Like everyone that was watching wrestling had it at the time.
Wow. Well, there was a few different albums. I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Oh, the very first one. Yeah, it was. It came out just before the Saturday morning cartoon, I believe.
Interesting.
Where they released that.
I remember there was like, I think each federation kind of had one though. At around that time, they all had different songs and stuff like that. But I never like bought the album. No, the first tapes I got was like John Mellencamp, Poison, and MC Hammer.
It was called Rockin' Wrestling.
Rockin' Wrestling. Yeah, on cassette.
Are you talking about the one where Hogan was like in construction and is that the thing? I don't know. I can't remember.
All right, number 3.
All right, sticking to the in package figures, I got another one. It's the Slickster.
Oh God. Yeah, he certainly looks slick there.
Now, I haven't seen these figures before. I like how they're made.
Yeah, it's very much like the Hasbros. I got a couple of the original Hasbros I'm gonna show in a second, but these are
the cartoon.
I think this series was made for figures that we didn't get. You know what I mean? Kind of like
right.
We didn't get a Jack Tunney.
The oddball ones.
Yeah, the oddball ones. So.
They look like the Scotty Young version of what the characters would look like in 3D.
Oh, yeah. Slickster was the hippest guy there was. If you guys don't know about Slick, he was a really good manager. There ain't really great managers anymore.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, he's a real good one.
You had him and Captain Lou Albano.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
Bobby the
Lou.
Brain.
Yep, Bobby the
Yeah.
Brain.
Hart Brothers.
What I like about those packages too is the fake signatures on them. Looks nice on them.
Yeah. Very sharp. They look great. I love them. Once again, thank you to Becker. Becker sent me all 3 of them.
Oh wow,
There's a
nice.
whole bunch of figures on the back there too, so that's all the ones that are available.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Okay.
Oh, he's got to. Well, you got to get the Hulk. Oh, there's 2 Andres
Yeah.
or 3 Andres.
2 and 1 King Kong. I
King
asked
Kong
Becker what
Bundy.
his favorite was. I think he said One Man Gang was his favorite.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just like the odd ones that didn't. And then there's a few more modern guys. There's like Raven, Nick Cage. You know.
Never
And
heard
then
of
Tina's
Raven.
also saying that we miss Precious Paul Ellering, manager of the
Oh
Road
yeah.
Warriors.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I don't think there's anything Tina doesn't know about,
Yeah, Tina's killing it today.
right?
So
Well, what was the Undertaker? What was his? Was it the Mortician? Was that his manager?
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. That's who it was. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Paul Bearer. What was his name before it was Paul Bearer? You got me thinking. I used to know it off the top of my head, but I forget right now. Anyways, here's my favorite of the Hasbro figures. I got 2 of them. You know, the Hulkster.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer.
The main man himself.
Nice.
Yeah, he did the gimmick slam. Now, I don't think those have gimmicks, but these do. The original had, like, they did moves. I got a whole bag of these things. I didn't bring them all out. I just grabbed what was in my comic room. Like, I have a toy room, too, but, you know, I got most of my favorite stuff in here anyway.
And
Percy
Tina's
Pringle.
saying Percy Pringle.
That's exactly it. That's his name.
And Hector at the
Percy Pringle. That's right.
We got
Leave
such
it-
a good chat.
Leave it to
Yeah.
comic nerds to remember every damn thing you could think of. It's pretty much how it
You
goes.
know, when you were watching Hogan, like, you know, the script was always the same, but it was always fun, right? He was gonna start out strong, then he was gonna start getting whooped. He was gonna be almost passed out, and all of a sudden the arm would go up, and
Yep.
when the ref would check on him, and then he'd
Then the
start
arm
doing
would
his
stay
Hulk
up,
Hogan
yep.
shake, and then nothing could hurt him. He was invincible. You could pound on him.
Yeah. He was made out of rock then. He'd pound him.
Oh,
and he'd
yeah,
just stand there and he'd take the hit and he'd be
It
like,
was
yeah,
it was a great gimmick. Because
It
you
was. It
waited
was
for it
beautiful.
every match. You waited for him to lift the arm up, and then the arm wouldn't go back down on the third time and go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a teenager, man. I love that shit.
If people wonder why Hogan got over every time, could you imagine spending $20 to go see your favorite wrestler and not get to see Hulk Hogan Hulk up?
Right?
Like
No
you
way.
want to.
Like,
That's
come
what
on.
you paid for. You
Yeah.
paid to see that. You don't want to see Hogan just get pinned. Like, it'd probably be fun for some people, but majority of people want to see the finger wag, the
Yeah,
1, 2, 3 into the ropes, the boot, the leg drop. They love all that stuff.
Right. And also, Hogan was like one of the few wrestlers that could pick up and body slam Andre too.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was an epic battle when those two were in the ring together.
Now-
Jesus, yeah, that's taking me back now.
I got 10 comics, and I got one special thing for the end. So,
Sure, let's go through them and have fun.
all right. This is just a regular comic. All right. The rest of them are wrestling comics, but we'll start
Okay.
off with the regular comic. This is my favorite Warlock cover. I say he kind of looks like Ric Flair, and he has the biggest gold belt Warlock's ever had on this. It's Warlock issue number 9.
Oh, yeah, with the big ass belt.
Oh
The
yeah,
girdle.
it is
Yeah.
like a wrestling belt. I never really thought about it.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
Now I can't unsee that ever.
Yeah, it's like the big WCW Ric Flair gold belt, man.
Yeah, it's got like a globe or something in the center of it.
It's crazy, big gold belt, and I don't think they ever went back to that again. I think this is a Starling cover. I'm just guessing, but it's a really nice book. This has been a sentimental book for ever since I started collecting. I've just connected to this book instantly, and
Man, with that, he should have drew him body slamming Thanos with that belt on.
With the gauntlet on.
it's
Or what they call it, the suplex, where they put him up and then dropped him.
Yep.
it's very much got like a wrestling vibe. He's got like the gown, he's got the belt, he's got the hair.
It's like Ric Flair, the hair.
Wrestling boots going, man. You know, superheroes and wrestlers are one the same, dude. Like
Pretty
Maybe
much.
Starlin was watching wrestling when he made the cover.
Yeah, it
I don't know how they could.
He needs a belt, man. That's a good looking belt.
Yeah, man. I think this is the first appearance of maybe not, but the evil warlock. What's his name? Magnus, I think. It's a Magnus issue, I guess. I don't know. I'm just talking out my butt right now, but
that's all right.
Somebody will fact check in the crowd there.
Yeah, let me know, Chad. I'm sure I'm probably wrong, but I'm just running my mouth.
Key collector app, Googling.
Yeah, I hate the key collector app, but that's all right. I'd rather be wrong than have to use that thing.
David said he was going to say the gown was a wrestling gown.
So we got a lot of Secret War homages, you know, in the world of comics, and this is probably my favorite Hogan.
Oh, nice
that I have.
Wow.
I've never seen that one.
Hogan
Really?
with jazz hands. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you got all the wrestlers behind him too. These ain't like, I think I see Daniel Bryant, Rowdy Piper, like The Rock. You got all the guys in the back.
Yeah, Roddy Piper was one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah,
he had the same shtick too, right? He would get all beat up and look like and then he'd come back with a little eye poke and then get all jazzed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Secret
Raw. He did a little blurb too, like Piper. Was it Piper's Corner or something? He did his thing. Yeah.
Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit. That's what it was. Yeah. And then he was in that movie, They Live.
Yep, John Nada.
Yep.
So that's a beauty.
That is. Nice
cover. That's a great cover.
So what book is that though? Even though it's homage to
Super Genius, in the 4-part Legend series. You know, I don't really know. I've had a couple. That's what's great about this community is I've had a couple people send me this book just because they think I should have it, and that's how cool. I got it. So I don't know exactly.
Doesn't make it any less cool.
No, it's the coolest. Yeah. I got this one not too long ago. I got it this year, and I think it's maybe one of the first Ultimate Warrior comic books. I don't know though for sure. Battle Mania #1.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Premiere issue.
Yeah, mag size. That's the thing about wrestling. There's a lot of magazines, and I'm going to show y'all a few.
Shit, who's the guy on the cover? I know that guy.
Ultimate Warrior.
Is that who that? Okay.
Yeah, and these have great posters on the inside. There's like a Undertaker poster, a couple other ones.
Yeah, I was a big Undertaker fan. When he came out, man, I thought he was cool.
Yeah, so this is Valiant, and it's the premiere. They also have a comic series. I have a couple of those.
I love the magazine format, though.
Bring any today. Yeah, usually magazines are the real first appearances. They're not their first comic appearance, but
right, but it's their real first appearance.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Now, my friend Cali Comics sent me these Hulkamania magazines, and they're super cool. This is 1988 WWF magazine.
Nice.
Damn. Hogan's title stolen. Stolen, I tell you.
Yeah, it don't get no better than that for me. It's all about Hulk Hogan, man. I mean, I know about all the other stuff, but I kind of specialize in the Hulkamania.
Now, what's your favorite era of Hogan? Like, were you disappointed with the villain era where they had him as a villain for a while?
Man, you know, it's kind of like comparing your childhood to your teenage years, and I gotta admit, man, the WCW felt like a better time for me.
Right.
So NWO, when he was with, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan would do the most despicable things, and he'd send 30 people out. It was so great to me. I love that stuff. So as good as Yellow and Red was, like when I was a child, dude, I used to think I could fight like Hulk Hogan. Like I would just get mad and I'd always win because that's what Hulk Hogan did, you know. Yeah. But just for general like entertainment for me, I think I find myself watching more WCW matches as
You
I've
need the
gotten
fake
older.
shaded beard though, where they paint it dark.
I've thought about it, but it's a tough look to pull off, man.
It is.
Just get a fake beard and put it over top. It's
But
easier.
his regular look is a hard look to pull off with the way his hair is. Like,
At least he's blonde, you know. Like
yeah.
when he was Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, he would darken it up and he put like blacks. It was pretty tough. So here's my man, just kind of pondering. This is intellectual Hulk Hogan.
Oh, thinking, critical thinker.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
you know.
Should I have a donut or a donut?
Now, people.
Should I rip my shirt off now or later?
Yeah. How am I going to pin this enemy tonight? So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when Hulk Hogan came into wrestling, he wasn't just Hulk Hogan. He was the Incredible Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
and there was a copyright issue with Marvel because the Incredible Hulk.
You can't put Incredible and Hulk together.
Right. And as of right now, I believe Hulk Hogan owns his trademark Hulk Hogan. I don't know about the Incredible part, but it's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, I figured Marvel would step in when you hear that.
And like all sports too, right? Like some athletes, they have bright stars for a while and they burn out, or they have a tragic end. Like you got a few like Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan who are still alive and kicking and going about their business.
Yeah, now this one is pretty special because this one came from Dope Comics. I think I heard someone bring him up earlier.
Yep. Dope.
Hogan had a stint in Japan. I think it was 6 to 8 years he was in Japan. You know, he was out there for a while. And he actually got married in Japan to Linda. And here's his marriage picture in magazine.
Wow. Gowns. That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I remember that image. I don't remember all the Japanese writing though, because that's obviously their book.
Yeah, this is right after he got married.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Jesse the Body Ventura does not have kind words for Hulk Hogan to this day.
Really? Those two had a big rivalry, eh?
Yeah, so thank you to Dope. I got one more big item I got from Dope Comics I'm going to show later. This is called Pro Wrestling 1983. It says 11-15, number 16. But,
and the foreign language stuff is just cool to have anyway as a collectible.
Yeah, man. It's really neat.
But that's a cool picture.
I got a couple more, and then I'll show my big item I got. I actually got one on the wall, too, that I've never taken down. Here's an actual Polaroid.
I know. I'm watching to see if you have a certain item.
Oh, you might already know. Hulk Hogan, Stan Hansen, Freddie Blassie, and Killer Khan. In an old school Polaroid.
Oh, wow. Now that's cool to have.
Somebody getting a snapshot backstage.
Yeah. Get old Freddie Blassie, pencil neck geeks. Yeah, I don't think that Hogan looks that buff in this one. He just looks kind of chubby, you know. He's already balding, though.
He does. He looks like a cross between Hulk Hogan and Homer Simpson in that picture.
Yeah, they got to butter him up yet. He hasn't been buttered up.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
You just got to put a little dough over said dough.
Oh, great! Now Biggie won't ever be able to unsee that either.
I mean, his shoulders are huge, but his arms don't look defined as they usually do. You know, this must have been AWA days. You know, this might have been. I'm not sure.
Right, still have a little darkness in the hair.
I got this one from Stay Puft.
Sean's a great guy.
It's actually personalized to me, and it's a photo of when the good old tugboat was partners with Hulk Hogan, and they were on the Brother Love show. Pictures from 1983.
Brother Love.
Wow.
Jeez.
That is cool.
I was
Yeah.
12 years old.
That is some good, unique stuff. Hey, there's Kelly right there, Biggie.
Hey, Callie, good to see you, man.
Was that before? Brad's asking if that was before Thunder Lips, Rocky 3.
This one probably, yeah, I think so. But let me put this up, and I'll show you my last two items. A lot of people collect signatures,
Right.
and I have a few, but the two I like the most are the Hogan ones. So I'll show you my two Hogan 6.
I'm a bit of a fan of signatures. Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Now in wrestling, it's pretty cool to me. The only real time I got a signature in person, I have a pretty cool story. It was I met Jerry the King Lawler. I was like a busboy at a steakhouse, and
wow.
I don't live far from where Jerry the King Lawler had his federation. He's from Memphis. I'm from Ohio. Anyways, he has friends in Southern Ohio, and he stopped by. And Jerry, he's got a little bit of a history dating younger ladies. So one of the servers at my restaurant actually went on a date with Jerry the King Lawler to the local indie match. And she just turned 18. So
jeez.
good old King.
Jesus. Going down to minutes.
Yeah. So one of my last items you could actually see on my wall is my Hulk Hogan signed poster.
That's
Right.
cool.
Which is awesome.
I got that very early in my comic book collecting. 90 MF Comics, Stone Cold Steve Whiting, Hialeah, Jeff from Cantonese Kid. There he is. 90 helped me get this Hulk Hogan signed poster right here. A lot of these items are AOKs. I used to get a lot of AOKs back in the day. It's kind of slowed down now, but that's okay. The AOKs back in the day were flying around a lot more rapidly than they do now. So,
And that's just a classic pose because you always knew a shirt was getting tore.
Oh, yeah. Came out with those 3 customary rips in the back. Ready to go.
And this one and that one are my two favorite items I have. So this one right here is
And Tina's saying you have a great wall behind you.
Mm-hmm.
oh, thank you so much. This one has a cert. That one had a cert too. Where the hell is it? Did I stuff it in here? Yeah, it's right here. You gotta make sure you got these things when you look at them. You don't want to lose them. All right.
That looks like one of those wrestling boots. Oh, it is too. Holy crap! Signed.
Oh, signed by Hogan? Damn.
Hulk Hogan signed boot
Holy crap! That's amazing.
from Dope
Look at
Comics.
Size of that thing. Jesus.
You got to
I
wonder
knew he
whose
was a
face he
big
kicked
dude.
with it.
Say what?
Yeah.
You got to
Wonder
wonder
who-
whose face he kicked with it because there's
Yeah,
always
with
that
that
one
one.
kick in the match in the head,
There's some DNA on the bottom of it. You can get it checked out.
right?
Someone's
Maybe I should put this puppy on one day and kick the shit out of somebody, right?
Right?
Yeah. Get some video of you kicking the crap out of a fence or something.
Yeah. You're too old now, Biggie. You don't want to lift your leg that high.
I might have a leg drop left in me somewhere.
That was such a wild move, though, eh? Just lift his big old boot up and just
Now
bam.
that is a kick-ass collectible.
That is a hell of a one, yeah. And the one in, like it just in the image behind you, with right there with the yellow boot, it could have been that one he was
Right?
wearing.
And
Right
Brad,
there.
just think of the faces that have touched that boot, right?
Yeah.
There it is. So that was my little wrestling collection I brought to Gary B's show today. That's what I came to show.
Now, have you ever come across that Macho Man comic, that one that's so expensive with his face on it?
Oh, you was waiting to see that one. Oh, I know what you're
No, I was
talking
just curious if you had it.
Nah, I'm not the biggest macho guy. I would probably, instead of that one, I would get the Joe Jusko Hogan. That's the one I would rather.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know.
Oh,
about
dude,
that.
the Joe Jusko Hogan's probably. Oh, you know what? I completely screwed up. I gotta find my James Hood original art Hulk Hogan. Just give
All
me
right,
a
go
couple
ahead.
minutes.
We'll give you a moment.
Yeah,
Let's
I got
see
a
it.
really good Hogan
You know what? The Elizabeth poster would be a good one to have too. When
Yeah, that was
Elizabeth would come out.
A couple of them when they died, it was like, oh man, it's like a part of your childhood's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
You had such fond memories of just watching them.
When I heard Andre the Giant had died, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, when Roddy Piper died, that was another one for me.
Another one. That was a big blow.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to be that old of a guy, you know.
Oh, and Callie says that he played the Jusko Hogan against Big in the Hunt last year. See, I didn't know about the Joe Jusko Hogan, so I'm curious to see it. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Here it is. I found it. Look at that.
Look at that.
Boom. Or Callie, if you got it handy, you can send me a picture of it. Mark, what's up? Mark, I watched those special features, and they were very special, buddy. It was a great recommendation.
All right, you guys ready for something special?
Oh, bring it!
Oh man,
bring it!
I told you that little Japanese shit was the coolest. This is the coolest. This is the coolest right here.
Even better than the boot?
Yeah, better than the boot. All right. So, if you never heard of him, James Hood Creative, okay? We have a lot of great community artists in the community, all right? To this day, this is still, in my opinion, the greatest original art anybody in the community's ever done or got, all right? He's a great artist.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit, that's awesome. That is awesome. The Immortal
that is
just, wow.
We're just going to give you the whole screen for that one.
That is freaking phenomenal, man. 2020.
This beats the Jusko. Like, Jusko is good. This is better.
That's almost like a photo capture of him. It
is. That's freaking amazing.
Now, who did that again?
James Hood.
Wow.
James Hood Creative. J Hood Creative.
Right.
Every time I post this on Instagram, I get like 50 likes. Everybody's in awe. It is beautiful.
Yeah, that is absolutely stunning. A wrestling fan or not, that art is just incredible.
The way
I don't know how he did it.
You put the name behind there. Yeah, and it's on a black cover too.
He blacked it all out. It's an Immortal Hulk number one.
He blacked it out? Or was a white cover?
It was a white cover.
Shit, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so you see the white on his body. That's from the cover.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of
J Hood is awesome.
Wow. Yeah, J Hood's the GOAT, dude. J Hood does like big billboard art things, and he's a real artist. Like, he does stuff.
I'm glad you went and got that, because that is an amazing piece of art.
Yeah, you brought up that Macho Man. It made me think of the Jusko. I was like, oh shit, I got something better than Jusko. What the hell am I doing? So
did you find that at a con? Did you find him at a con, or did you just talk to him online and get him?
Just like everybody else, just being on YouTube and talking over the internet. Yeah.
Wow. Yep. That's awesome.
So now, before we sign off, because we're doing all this wrestling stuff, right? You got to say how you created your persona for YouTube, and with the belt. Where'd you get the belt from? Like the whole Biggie persona.
Yeah. Well, the Biggieshaq name was from PSN. I used to play Tekken, and I used my two favorite culture characters was Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
And Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, that's my favorite basketball player. That's my favorite rapper. So I just made Biggie Shaq. Well, I played a lot of Tekken. I collect a lot of toys, mainly Transformer. I got like about 800 Transformers probably.
Oh, shit.
And I used to do videos about Transformers a lot, Tekken. And around 8 to 9 years ago, my girlfriend started getting on me about how many toys I'd get. She'd be like, I want to get a hobby too. And The Walking Dead came out. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get you some comics. And she's like, okay, good. I went and got her some Walking Dead. And we started from there. And at first it was just her collection. It was her collection to get her off my back for collecting toys, right?
Right.
And I'd get her, I think it was Nail Biter, Walking Dead. There was a few Poetic something. there's a few comics, Gwenpool, all this stuff would start coming out. And then I started to slowly learn a little bit about comics. I started watching YouTube. There was a lot of Walking Dead back whenever I started. People were into that heavy. A lot more DC oriented, a lot of Batman. Batman was a big deal when I first came into the comic book community. There was like half the community was Batman collectors. It was really weird. It ain't like it is now.
Right.
And it was a lot of off-screen collectors. It would be like, here's my haul, and you just see the books. It'd be like Metarog did. If you remember how Metarog's
oh yeah, we used to have the board set up in the back, and
yeah, you didn't see the person, you know. And so slowly but surely, I started, you know, I always recorded and posted my videos on YouTube. I do the hauls just like everybody else. And then one day I saw my friend Comic Head 84. He was doing a live stream. And I said, what is this? I'm like, I'm commenting and he sees it and he's responding to my comment while I'm in the chat. I'm like, this is crazy. You know,
right?
This is nuts. And he had like a Wolverine #1, the Frank Miller. And it blew my mind. I was like, is that a real Wolverine 1? He said, yeah, man, real Wolverine 1. I'm like, oh my God, that's nuts, you know? And he hung out with D Runk, and they told I sent them some I was still doing, you know, the regular shit like I used to do. I just post on my YouTube. They saw some of my content, they liked me. And one day I said, I'm going to send 90 MF Comics and Comic Head 84 AOKs. And at that time, it wasn't the biggest thing in the world. There was like TJ Slabdragon did some AOKs. He did huge AOKs. If you've never seen a TJ Slabdragon AOK, I recommend you go back and see like John's Comics and Kids get one, White Whale Comics. So I would dream about like getting free comics. I'd be like, these AOKs are crazy. Like
Right.
I was so hooked by the comic books. I'd be like, I Silver Age Marvel, like was very hard for me to get locally. Like it wasn't easy. And so I went and I had like 10 wrestling belts, right? I sent 2 of them. I sent one to 90 MF Comics, one to Comic Head 84. They invited me on a live stream. And I came in instantly. I'm Hulk Hogan. I'm like, what you gonna do, brother? Da, 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 all that stuff.
Right.
And it caught on. It caught on. It was like everybody's like, oh, Biggie's the Hulk Hogan guy. Because I was doing
They ate it up.
Yeah, it heated up. I was doing it off air, then I did it live. And one day I decided, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it the whole time. I'm just gonna do Hulk Hogan the whole time, you know? And that's kind of where it started. And it kind of went from me being like off screen doing my hauls to being on screen and holding the book up and showing it. And I think a lot of people started going from off screen to on screen at that point. You know, it was my friend 84, like he wasn't on screen all the time. Then we was all hopping on screen. We was all doing hangouts. Google Hangout started. We all do.
I was always on screen. I'm like, fuck it, I'm ugly. People are gonna know. It's just what it is.
Well, if you would have came when I did, there wasn't a bunch of guys doing on screen, so it would have been a little bit more. I mean, you see what everybody else is doing, and you kind of test the waters.
Right. You kind of mimic it until you find your style.
Yeah, like I didn't know what it was like until I seen what other people did, and then we just got in where we fit in. But I've always been thankful to everybody that's welcomed me. You know, sometimes you do this. The first time I did it, Gary, I thought, oh, this ain't gonna work. You know, people are gonna laugh at me. I'll probably do this a couple times. People won't. I'll get 10 views. Right. You know, shit like that. You know, and somehow people supported me, and I'm still doing it to this day. So there you go.
And it works. It's something that not everyone would be able to pull off, though, Biggie. You do it well.
Yeah, and if you're having fun with it too, I mean, enjoy it.
So
that's the biggest thing for me is having fun with it. If it's not fun, it becomes work. That's it. I'm out.
Now, I want you to promote 2 things you do before we get out of here tonight, too. So I want you to let people know about the hunt that you do with Cali Comics and the crew, and also your collectors club.
Oh, I've done just a couple of the hunts lately, but yeah, the hunt does wrestling. They do battles. I might be on there Friday. I'm not exactly sure. the hunt's great. I was on there for years and years and years, a long time, and then I had a big break. If and when I start knowing I'll be able to come back to the hunt, my favorite thing to do with the hunt was to do the promos. So what you do is you say, I have a match with Cali Comics coming Friday, and you get all the people that watch you to come. That's the best part about wrestling, Gary. It ain't the actual
right. It's all the hype up to the match.
Exactly. That's why people buy the pay-per-views. That's why people watch.
Right. And that's why you like Gene Okerlund so much, right? Because he had all the hyperbole before the match with the wrestlers and afterward.
It's all the psychology, man. It's we paint a picture, and of course the in-ring stuff's great, but all the outside of the stuff, that's more important to me. If you can get a good promo and you can get the people buzzing before the match even happens, that's where you get the good. I used to do it all the time. We had a blast and shit, and we kind of fell off of that. I wasn't exactly welcome on the hunt there for a while, so I'm glad they're welcoming me back, and it goes both ways, but that's completely fine. I'm a forgiving person. You know what I'm saying? The Collector Club. That's my poker show where we compete and battle on that. And I'm always going to have battling in me. And I got shout outs to comic collector Alan. That guy really keeps me sharp. That guy's got a mean collection. He's very competitive. He shows up every collector club ready to bang against me, dude. No diddy. But, Alan is awesome. I love that guy. Bleeker, Hudak Comics, Callie comes on, Lady Fantastic. It's all good. It's all the same players. We just do it on a different show,
Now Callie was flexing on you earlier, said that he defeated you once with the Jusko Hogan cover.
He might have won a round, Gary, but I assure you, I won the battle, dude.
There you go. So it's almost like a little wrestling promo right here.
Yeah, who's wearing the belt?
Correctly, the only time I ever bowed Callie, I won. And to be honest, Callie put me over in my mind because he could have battled.
Who's wearing the belt? Who's got the belt, huh?
Fucking Biggieshaq. Dude, Bleeker, if I can't keep it real, I can't fucking talk, Doug. You know how I am, dude. I'm gonna give you all the truth, or I ain't
there
gonna
you go. There's Callie. Yeah, Biggie won the match.
There it goes. Yeah.
I don't know why you would bring that up knowing he lost. Damn, Callie, why are you gonna do that to yourself, man? I'm gonna say shit.
I'm gonna look up that cover after too because I'm curious. So I got to see it.
You'll love the Jusko. So just for now, like if I'm gonna promote anything I'm doing right now, shout outs to Sticky. He's a good sport. He tried to battle Raptor Boy, so I came back on him. I cooked his ass this last time. He might not battle me again, but I'm really excited about my rap show I'm doing on my Biggieshaq Comic Network right now. And the next rap I've been cooking up is good old Tyler from Shattered Glass. I'm gonna get on him about his tramp stamp. So I'm gonna just let y'all know that's coming.
Called out on it for not getting it. So
we're not doing it.
The next one's gonna be done, and he still won't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying, guys. I'm gonna put in that. If nobody's gonna do anything, brother, big old Biggieshaq, I got y'all's back, man. I'm gonna try to urge them.
You guys should stage your own wrestling match.
I mean, if you want to, dude, I'm game for anything, man. It's all about entertainment. It's content. As long as you guys know nothing's personal, even with Slippery Sticky, dude, the guy does what he wants. I do what I want. It's all American good fun, dude. I'm not mad at nobody.
You've always been cool with me.
Yeah, Gary, you're awesome, man.
But yeah, those are fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, he's looking forward to the Tyler rap. He deserves the pressure.
Thank you, Legion. I brought your name up, Legion. Nothing against Comics Curing Cancer at all. This rap's going to be super clean. It's going to be all directed at Tyler, all about tattoos and all that stuff. It's not going to be bad. And what was we saying? I forget. Oh, yeah. Shout outs to your co-host, too, man. It was really great talking to you while you're here, too, man.
Oh, yeah. You guys have never met, right?
I haven't been on stream with him. I don't think so.
No,
okay.
So, yeah,
Steve the Voice White from Canada and the Biggieshaq.
Good to meet you, bro.
You too,
yeah, because I think, Biggie, you've been on my channel quite a bit now, I think, right? Like at least 5-6 times.
Yeah. I really appreciate you being so nice, Gary. Maybe one day I'll get you on my channel, and I appreciate you inviting me. I don't join many channels as of right now. I've just been kind of doing my own thing, but it's always nice when a fellow comic member shoots a welcoming invite to you. So thank you so much, sir.
Well, you're always welcome here, buddy. Anytime. And like I was telling you, I couldn't do a wrestling 10-1-1 without having you on for it. It just had to happen.
I appreciate that, man.
Because I've been really having fun playing with doing different themes for the show. I'm like,
Exactly.
I haven't done a wrestling one yet. I go, oh, and I haven't had Biggie on in like 9 months. Let's get him on.
Don't let me forget some things. All right, so I also do a wrestling show with Papa Willie and Beckerman on Thursday nights called Sweet Chin Music. Let me promote that real quick. So Papa Willie, Thursday nights we do wrestling, usually every week, but if Becker can't make it, we call it a night. So looking forward to doing that again too.
Cheeseburgers are my favorite. I can eat a cheeseburger every day of my life. I love cheeseburgers.
Yeah, but do they like you?
Well, no, but it doesn't matter. We all got to have one bad thing, right?
That's right.
All right, so we are going to go around. Steve, what's coming up for you, sir? And Biggie, great show, buddy.
Thank you, man.
I'll be doing. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to hit the Voices Choices tomorrow. I didn't do a Monday going through my short boxes, but I did upload a video where I went to this con on the weekend, and man, oh man, did I do some digging there. I was there for almost 3 hours, man, digging through dollar bins. Like, how often do you go to a con and there's actual dollar books? And these weren't $2 books; they were dollar books, which was awesome. Maybe I'll be on with Trev tomorrow too. I don't know. We'll see how the train goes on the way home.
You're right. Yeah, and I think in 2 nights. So for me, in 2 nights' time, we have Big Herm on for his first in the hot seat. So we're going to be interviewing Herm and finding out how he got into everything.
Well, you got co-host and Digger Jim on?
Yep, you can join if you want. We'll probably have Fable on that night too as a co-host.
Oh yeah, Fable, good man.
But yeah, so we'll have him on, and just a fun week. I'm probably gonna try, that one. I'm gonna try to do it kind of get out because I'm with the new job. My hours are all over the place. Like I said, I'm like nonstop working. I'm barely awake. I'm surviving on embers. So,
coffee is your best friend, and cheeseburgers.
Right? Yeah, not cheeseburgers so much, but and Biggie, what's coming up for you, sir?
So, yeah, I might be on the hunt. I might be doing a Friday hangout with Alan on Collector Alan. I just wanted to, before I went, just shout out a couple other people. I know you love to shout people out, so I'm going to get mine in real quick. Man, there's this guy that was a big, big wrestling fan, and I've missed him ever since he's been gone. Sam's Tangled Webs. I used to call him Slammer, and that is Bueller's buddy, Sam, and he passed away a couple years ago. And that guy, man, you want to talk about a guy that was he was the sweetest sweetheart of the whole community, dude. He had nothing but love and respect for everybody. He was like an encyclopedia. He read these books. He kept them very close to himself. I miss you, Slammer, Sam's Tangled Webs. I miss Comic Jabroni. Bueller is a huge wrestling guy. Great Legends, a big wrestling guy. The Tone, he's one of the only other community members, even though we haven't seen eye to eye over the years or whatever, or we don't get to do as many streams as we used to. He's the only other guy I consider close to as a fanatic of wrestling and comic books as I am, because except for when he does his maybe some auctions, his content is strictly wrestling comic books, and I appreciate that from that guy. That's a big deal to me. So Tone is very important, and I appreciate everybody out there. Thank you for having me, and that's about it.
Nice. Well, like I said, always a pleasure, Biggie. And that was great. But before we do our sign off, you got to show that J Hood cover one more time. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
that's the real deal. Thank you, J Hood.
Damn.
All right, and as we like to end this thing, guys, keep it casual. And I don't have my brand ready. I'm too busy looking at the cover. I don't have, too busy looking at that sweet cover.
Me
Gotta get my
and
brand ready.
Elizabeth are working on it.
Take 2. Keep it casual.